All right. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Some Kind of Podcast, the podcast where we entertain you. We hope by talking about the stuff that entertains us. I'm Cody. We're here with Tim, Steven, and I'm Christian, who is on painkillers and drinking spicy water. So tonight's going to be real interesting. He was imagining cameras.
My camera, like I was waving and my camera like focused on it and then it stopped, and now I'm trying to get it to do it again because I got a new camera and a new microphone. Oh, you did it!
Oh boy! This is gonna be a
new microphone.
This is gonna be a good one.
I do
got a lantern.
the microphone.
Oh, do you do the thing?
Yeah. That was cool.
I'd have laughed so hard if it didn't turn back on.
Autofocus.
Autofocus.
All right.
Oh God! So not only do we have weird camera stuff every recording, it's also 10 o'clock here, and we're all kind of tired. Christian's loopy.
I'm not tired.
Okay, Tim's not tired. Me and Steven are tired.
I'm exhausted.
Christian's extra special tired, but loopy.
I think Christian just hopped up at this moment.
Yeah, he was imagining a fly a second ago.
That thing was real. I'm pretty sure it's dead here somewhere.
Let's say
Probably
we just told him it wasn't real. It could have been real.
I mean,
It's real.
It's
real.
Oh man. Okay. Well, before we tank this podcast, just into the ground with shenanigans.
It's an airplane crash, and we're just losing altitude quick.
Boy,
That's silly.
it's
We're not even gliding. It was like coasted, and then it just went down. You hit record?
Yeah. I mean, it was already before we hit record. I mean, we hit record like 4 times.
Oh yeah.
What y'all been up to this week in between recording? Because we are doing this weekly. So the episode that we recorded last week just came out.
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
I remember like it just happened.
Yeah.
Well, it kind of did.
Last week.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Hey there, future Cody here. I'm editing this episode, and yeah, thanks, Mark. Everything we all just said there is wrong because this was not recorded yesterday. In fact, it was recorded like 2 or 3 weeks ago at this point. Yeah, life happened, and things got delayed significantly, and then I forgot to put the episode out yesterday. So winning. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy. Know that this is like 3 weeks old. We're somewhat back on schedule, and yeah, see you next time.
Last week
We talked about the
we talked about
Stuff and
media and whether or not you should even care about what they post anymore.
Yeah,
And Cody was like, "No, you shouldn't. You should just watch us."
that's not what I said at all, but yeah, sure.
So
In
we
a
talked about
nutshell,
some, Trump
in a
supporters
nutshell.
who, you know, they don't believe in the media. So
We didn't talk about that at all. We can just go ahead and we're gonna go ahead and get
Moving
past
on.
that. We didn't talk about that at all.
and other okay, so you know what I did, I started playing Cult of the Lamb on
Okay.
stream, which is
It's really fun, by the way.
it's a hoot and a half. Anybody in the South knows that expression. It's so much fun. It is the most chaotic, ridiculous game I've ever played. And being a Twitch affiliate now, Twitch followers can interact with the game and join the cult, and it's hilarious. And Christian's gone again.
I'm trying
It's
to
the
focus
fly.
on you.
Yeah, I couldn't.
Fly.
I have ADHD. Like it's
Brooklyn Nine-Nine pose.
yeah,
Like,
just
It's the fly,
Anyway,
guys.
the fly may have come back.
Cult of the Lamb. You are a Twitch affiliate now.
It's great.
Again,
It's
congratulations.
good. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun.
I'm halfway to being an affiliate.
You are.
Hey.
I did the 2 easy things. The rest is hard.
Yeah. Well, you'll get there. You'll get there.
Maybe.
Eventually.
Maybe.
So yeah, I did that. Been playing Last of Us Part 1, which is great.
Which also looks very pretty.
It is. It's absolutely gorgeous. But yeah, Cult of the Lamb is so good. Like, I'm probably going to buy it a second time on my Switch just to have it, to be able to walk around with it.
Yeah, I kind of wish I did get it on Switch instead, just for that reason. But
yeah,
I kind of wanted trophies.
I mean, I feel you. I feel you.
You don't like the fact that there's no like trophy or award
achievement
system.
I know they like put them in on some games. That's not the same.
No,
But it's not the same.
I don't get the same.
I guess all the games that like are on PlayStation whatnot have trophies. I don't think it's Sony that's putting out the trophies.
I mean,
right?
It's probably a requirement for the like system. Yeah,
you better have trophies.
Yeah.
Okay, they needed to collect stuff.
It's not the same as people look at my profile. They're like, oh, wow, you got so much. You see it on Switch, you're like, I don't care.
Yeah,
like wow, you played that game for 180 hours.
Yeah,
for
they can
no
see how
reason.
long I've been playing something.
Yeah.
Like what I achieved in it.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. What else happened this week?
The OLED drop.
They announced the OLED for the Pokemon.
Well, it didn't drop. Like they dropped the announcement.
They dropped the Pokemon Edition announcement. So there's that. And today,
which I'm gonna try to get one.
Yeah, today's the 8th of September. Is when we got the news. Supposedly that it'll be pre-orderable in the UK either today or
It's up now.
It's up now in the UK? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Which means it'll probably be up in the US within the week, is my guess.
I'd be surprised if it's not there tomorrow.
Yeah, honestly. That's usually how it goes. That's how
this guy's gonna try to get one.
If I didn't have one, I would.
You should just do it anyway.
No, I don't need it. I don't need it. I just don't need it.
Yeah,
I mean, Christian does say, F it all, I'm going to get one.
I'm good. I need to upgrade my computer more than anything.
Oh, why?
So, it's 6 years old. It needs to be upgraded.
Already?
Yeah.
Wow.
I built it right when I got my job when we lived together. And that
it seems like it's so long ago.
Yeah. But yeah, so there's that.
My computer is newer than yours?
Maybe?
It is. I got mine like right before I moved back from Wilmington.
Yeah, okay then, yeah. Yeah.
It's barely a year old.
Mine might still be more packing a little bit more just because
Oh, for sure. Because you built yours with the specs you wanted.
Yeah, but it also cost me like an arm and a leg that it took me like 5 years to pay off, so.
Yeah.
PC gaming, everybody. Look, it's good. It's good when you have it. It's nice, but I still prefer console. Christian, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What would you get up to this week? I mean, did you go to work this week or did you take it off?
What do you mean? You think I'm just a hobo now?
You're injured.
Oh no, I still went to work.
So aggressive.
I had it here all day long at work all week. Hey, your foot still messed up?
How'd you break your leg?
Up. Still limping, huh? Yep, still limping. You gonna get that checked out? Yeah, as soon as I'm not busy. So
your coworkers are gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, I was trying to be nice.
But yeah, no, I'm good.
Okay.
I other than my foot hurting like a lot, I'm good. I actually went back and finished. Did we talk about this last week? I finished Temtem.
I think we briefly talked about that. Yeah.
Did we talk about that? Okay. Well, Steven now finished Temtem.
Hey, very good.
That's news.
We one-shotted the boss. Not to brag or anything. Not to brag.
not like we almost died on the very last turn set that we totally would have auto failed.
Oh, that's right. That was last night. That was last night.
That was last night. That was last night.
Yeah.
They did that.
Heart of the Cards rules applies to everything as long as you believe.
Yeah.
So that happened, and I decided to go for the platinum on Stray, which I love Annapurna games, and I wasn't sure if I'd do it on Stray since it's got some two not so fun trophies. It's got like a speed run, 2 hours or less, and then it's got one where you have to make it through a chase scene without getting hit a single time.
Yeah,
and I didn't think I was gonna do either one of those.
Nope. The when I started playing Stray, I was like, oh, I wonder if I can platinum this, because it's a game about a cat, and I love my cats. Like, you can kind of see the ears of one cat right there, and I don't know where the other one is. But
coming up behind you to murder you.
I mean, it's a cat, so probably. No, when I saw those 2 trophies, I was like, yeah, I'm not getting this platinum. That's not happening.
Oh, I thought you platinumed it.
No.
Platinum
Nope.
did it.
I played it once. It was really good. I really enjoyed it, and then I uninstalled it.
No. All right.
I mean, it was good. It was fun. I streamed it. Like, it was a cool, fun little game. I hope they make a sequel.
As of this morning, I have every single trophy except for the speedrun.
You can do it. Gotta believe.
Almost there.
Heart of the Cards.
Apparently, it's pretty doable.
Yeah. I wish you the best of luck. Actually, that's just like,
doesn't sound genuine at all.
No. I mean it. Like, I wish you the best of luck. I'm not gonna do it.
Wow, I hope you really get that.
Wow, yeah, no, it's great. Yeah, good for you. Woo. Yay. Okay.
I didn't talk about what I did. Is this where I talk about what I did?
Yeah, I was getting there, but yeah, go ahead.
I'd like to hear it.
Oh, okay. I streamed a whole bunch, and I played God of War, and I'm pretty. I don't know. I don't remember. I feel like the game is longer than I remember it being. Like, it's not very long. I probably only have like 2 or 3 streams worth more of content to really do, because I'm almost done with the Temple of Pandora.
Yeah, then you probably only. I mean, if you do like 2 slightly longer ones, you probably finish it.
Yeah, well, once I get past Temple of Pandora, I gotta do Hades, and then it's the end of the game.
Yeah,
I fight Ares. So like I only have like a stream or 2, maybe, depending on how long I go.
Yeah.
Of it, but I did the hardest part where you have to like cross the beams with those spitting blades, and if you watch that, like Cody did, that was a good 30 minutes of just bah, you died, bah, you died, bah, because I kept falling off. And it turns out you can like skip a bunch of it and like jump over it. You don't have to like do all the stuff all the time.
Christian, are you still here?
That didn't work as seamlessly. I didn't want to interrupt Tim. I was just gonna. I was gonna go get a drink, and I was coming right back.
Okay, that's fine.
Oh, you're good.
So yeah, you don't have to do it all. You can just jump over and skip a whole bunch of it, and that's actually how I got past it. So, yeah, it was a good time. I'm gonna play God of War 2 and then 3, and then hopefully God of War 2018 one before Ragnarok comes out, because they're all, with the exception of the 2018 one, they're all not really long games.
Yeah,
from what I can remember. Like I think I only played God of War 2 like twice. I don't even remember.
God, dude, I've played God of War 2 so many times. That was
really
always my favorite.
Yeah. Was it really?
I don't think it's particularly long. I think 3 is a little.
3 is a little bit lengthy.
Yeah,
3 is a little lengthy.
I think 2 is the longest of the first 3.
Is
really?
it?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure. Like,
I remember nothing about 2. Like, I remember pretty much everything in 1, and I played 3 a lot, so I remember a good chunk of that too. But when I think about God of War 2, like, I don't even really remember what happens, other than, like, at the beginning you get the betrayal or whatever from Zeus. Yeah. Other than that, I don't even really remember what happens at all.
Sisters of Fate.
Oh,
is that where they're
that's
in?
right.
Oh,
that's right.
Okay.
That's where the Golden Fleece is introduced, and you can do the parries. Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in between the God of Wars that I'm going to be playing, I bought this today. I'm going to try to play it during stream too. I got Kirby's Adventures,
Hmm.
the Forgotten Land, and I'm really excited to play it. And Christian, I don't know if you're doing that or not, but like your screen is really messed up on mine. Okay. But yeah, I'm gonna try mixing that in so I'm not like just bogged down playing one game at a time.
Okay, Bob.
I also caught up with My Hero Academia. So
Well, now Tim's
just
all screwed up for me.
am I?
Yeah.
I look
It's
fine.
fine for me.
Well,
Hold on.
mine is the one that's recording. Okay, there we go.
Okay. So I finished My Hero Academia, caught up with it just in time for season 6 to release sometime next month, which I'm really excited about. And then I watched She-Hulk, the 2 episodes of The Rings of Power that came out, and Spartacus. So it was a very long morning for me. But
Yeah.
I did watch another movie on my list. I think the Spartacus is this red square right here. So
It's your
there it
turn to
is.
pick, right?
Yeah. So real quick, Spartacus is really long. Really long.
Yeah.
It's 3 hours and 15 minutes. It's
Yeah.
super long. And remind me, Christian, did you tell me last time that like you and your dad would take time out of like and just like watch it or something like that?
Yeah, it was like a weekend activity. We would do it like on like a Saturday afternoon, but it would
Yeah.
literally take up the whole afternoon because it's like 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's also really boring. I was not a fan of it. I was not a fan. I'm sorry if you and your
Even
dad
the,
like it.
I'm Spartacus. No, I'm Spartacus.
Yeah, they do
Oh
that
my
part. That's cool. The battle was kind of cool, but then they like just abruptly end it. Like they were bringing up this big battle, and I was like, "Oh, there's like 40 minutes left in this movie. This is going to be some like awesome climactic like battle at the end of the movie." And no, it lasts like 5 minutes, and they cut away, and Spartacus just loses. And then it ends in the saddest way possible because Spartacus dies. He gets
Spoilers.
crucified. It came out in 1960.
Just kidding. I've also seen it.
Oh,
Spartacus dies in every single adaptation, so
Yeah.
it's not really a spoiler.
No, I don't know. Anyway, I gave it a 4 out of 10. I did not like it. It was really long and really boring.
It's
Probably didn't
low
help
on my list.
It probably didn't help that I watched it right after watching The Rings of Power, which is also really slow and really long.
Yeah.
So I had like 5 hours of like, can we just get to the point? But yeah, it's my turn to pick. So instead of picking, it's a 10 by 10 poster frame I have here. I have a D10.
Oh, I thought you were gonna like throw a dart behind you or something.
No, dude, this isn't my house.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Still would have been funny. All right.
Squat
Instead
on.
of picking, I'm doing this.
No, I have a D10. I'm just gonna roll it twice
There you go.
and let fate tell me what I'm gonna watch.
That's pretty
So-
cool. It's pretty cool.
Until he does it
row
4 times and gets everything that he's already watched.
row 2. So I have nothing on row
there
2.
You go. You're good.
And then 6. I have to watch the original Superman.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So
It's okay.
everyone and the crowd goes mild.
And the crowd goes mild. Yeah,
We'll see
It's a
how I
super
like it.
movie.
It's the one with Christopher Reeves, so we'll see how I like it.
It's truly one of the movies. of all
It is.
time.
It is one of the movies. Reminds me of my
It can't-
GameStop gaze. Just this is a game.
You can buy it and play it with your
You
friends.
buy this. I don't remember. Was it you or was it Christian that was like, sell that guy a game without? Because one of you gave me the idea.
It was Christian, probably, because it wasn't me.
Was it me or Branch? Like I thought that like
Maybe it was
Branch was
Branch.
trying to coach people, and he was just like telling people to go do shit for him.
Sell this game without saying anything.
Yeah, I just don't. I want. It was maybe it was Branch. It was Branch or Christian then, but like they were just like, I bet you can't sell that guy a game without talking about the game at all. And it was just like, hey man, what you looking for? He was like, well, I'm curious about this game. And I'd be like, it's a game. That's a game right there. He'd be like, but how are the graphics? Oh boy, it's got graphics. I'm like, oh man, really? Yeah, whew, graphics. I'm like,
also forgot, I watched House of the Dragon, which is now forever being referred to
as Hot D.
As Hot D.
Yeah.
Because the acronym is HOTD, so it's Hot D.
Yeah. Sundays, you just get some Hot D on Sundays.
Love the Hot D on Sundays. Anyway, it was a really good episode.
Yeah. So Steven, I know you didn't watch Rings of Power, but you're not a big Lord of the Rings fan, right?
It's alright.
Do you like people walking?
I like The Hobbit.
Oh.
What an opinion!
Wow.
Also,
hot take.
The only one I've seen recently, so I was like, I like these movies. I haven't seen Lord of the Rings in like God knows how long.
That's fair. Well, if you ever decide you want to watch them, they're really good. They are slow. I mean, it's Lord of the Rings, but they're like, I mean, Christian mentioned it the other night where it was like it's Lord of the Rings level of quality, like cinema quality in a show.
So I have some questions about this show.
Okay.
Maybe you guys can answer them for me. All right. Do you want to talk about the episode first, or you want me to ask questions?
No, just Steven hasn't seen it, so we'll just ask the questions.
Spoiler alert to anybody or whatever. So first of all, is this chick like in the original somehow?
Galadriel, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Was she like that one chick that like falls in love with Aragorn?
No, she's the one that gives Frodo the little vial of light.
The one that's batshit crazy?
Yeah, she goes like all like ethereal when she's talking to him.
Huh. Yeah, I don't remember that at all.
She's like a skillin' voice.
Yeah, she's in the movie for all of like 8 seconds, but like she's in there. Yeah.
Okay, so she's an important character then. Okay. Is that dude that fell from the sky Gandalf?
It's TBD.
It's TBD. My theory is it's either Gandalf or Saruman.
I hope it's Gandalf. But I guess it'd be cool if it was Saruman, because everything at the end kind of died there, didn't it?
Yeah, because I feel like either way would be good. I feel like the obvious choice is Gandalf, especially because he landed with hobbits.
Yeah. They're not called hobbits; they're called Harfoots. But yeah, they're hobbits.
They're hobbits, and I mean, literally, I think the main one is Brandyfoot, which is one of the families in Hobbiton.
Something like that. Is that Nori?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like,
and I remember Nori being like a name that they said once or twice in The Hobbit, I think.
Maybe. I know Brandyfoot was one mentioned here and there.
Took is one, or Teak or something like that.
Took. Yeah. Yeah, so like they're hobbits, they're just not called hobbits yet, I guess.
Yeah.
But if it's Gandalf, it would explain why he has such a fondness for the hobbits.
Yeah, like that's why I was like, is this dude, because when he fell from the sky, I was like, that's weird that some like old guy just fell from the sky. And then like the next episode, I'm like, wait a minute, what if this dude's Gandalf? And then he started doing like all magical stuff, and I was like, what if this dude really is Gandalf?
Yeah. And also they could have, so when they showed like, you know, him falling from the sky or whatever, that could have been clever misdirection, and it could have been more than one person falling from the sky, because they showed what appeared to be everyone watching the same thing happening at the same time.
That is true.
But it could have been like 3 or 4 different things happening at one time. Like it could have been like Radagast, Gandalf, Saruman, and maybe even Sauron himself. There's people that think that it could be Sauron.
Really?
Because Sauron's a wizard, a sorcerer.
But you see him like walking around in like one of the opening scenes.
Yeah, that doesn't mean he didn't die. Gandalf dies in the original movies and comes back as Gandalf the White.
Yeah, I don't really got that.
Yeah, I don't know. He just unlocked his final form. You know, I don't really know how that works.
You just have to die to get that? That's unfortunate.
I mean, apparently he fought the Balrog for like.
Well, wasn't he come back
months.
as the White because Sauron was the White, and then he wasn't the White anymore because he joined with the other dude? Is that what that was?
I don't know enough about the lore of
I
Lord of
don't
the
know.
Rings.
This is why I like the show. The show was good for what it was, but I don't know enough about the Lord of the Rings to like know like, is this important?
Yeah.
Like,
I need to sit down and
like,
watch the extended cuts again just to
yeah.
catch up.
I think the prequel area that this is tapping into is also not like fully scripted by Tolkien. Like
Yeah,
this
it's
is
not.
just based on like a excerpt from like a preface chapter of one of the books, and they're just kind of filling in all the gaps and telling the story that they want to tell.
Well,
It's not.
it's stuff out of the Silmarillion, which is
Yeah, they talk about it.
essentially well the Silmarils were jewels, but
Oh.
Tolkien called his lore book, which is essentially just like his DM notes. He called the book the Silmarillion, but it's a textbook. It's not a novel.
Oh man, I'm glad he doesn't use like similar sounding words that make things confusing.
Yeah, no.
Like Sauron and Sauron and Silmarillion and Silmil.
Yeah.
Dory, Piffer, Poffer.
I still
Puffer.
hope that Gollum shows up at some point in this show, or Smeagol. I
Also,
guess.
that Durin guy. That's a song. They sing a song in The Hobbit about Durin.
I think there's a character named Durin in The Hobbit. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like a descendant.
Like when the city had kids, I was like, is one of them Gimli? I mean, it doesn't always have to be like a part of a thing.
No, it wouldn't be Gimli. I don't think. I like dwarves live long, but I don't think they live that long.
I don't know when the show takes place.
It's like,
and it's hard to tell because it's from the vantage points of elves who live forever.
Forever, yeah. I do like that they half explained the like elf home from like Return of the King.
Yeah, that was kind of cool. I did like that.
Where they were like, all right, we're going back, and like, are you all committing like group suicide? Like what's happening here?
So that actually brings up a question that I had that I was trying to figure out. So at the beginning of the show, it talks about like the homeland of the elves.
Yeah.
Right. And how like this land was like taken over by darkness and their source of light was like extinguished. And in retaliation, they sent legions of elf soldiers to fight the fight in Middle Earth.
Yeah.
But now they're like, all right, as a reward, we're going to send you back to the place that got destroyed.
Yeah. So I think when that got destroyed, so again, I'm pulling like tidbits of knowledge, and I could be wrong about some of it. The whole thing with Morgoth, who was like pre-Sauron, right? He's just Morgoth was like the big bad.
He's just in his feels. He just needs Morgoth.
So like, from what I understand, Lord of the Rings is split up into like the first, second, and third age. And in the first age, Morgoth showed up and like torched the tree or whatever, and then they fought Morgoth for like millennia. And over that time, the tree regrew.
Oh.
And it got its power back. And so
I do think it's
like when they defeated Morgoth, the evil was gone, so the tree like came back to life.
Yeah.
I guess we'll see if Steven comes back. But yeah, so the tree comes back, and then yeah, it just, I don't think, like we briefly talked about it, like I don't think it's like elven heaven. I think it's literally just a different continent that the elves inhabit with their like elder tree that just,
well, there's some weird magic that blocks you from going there, because like the thing parted and they were all like looking like they're in midsummer, like, oh no, we're all just basking in the glory of the light. And I do think it's weird that king was like, we're gonna award you all, there's no more battles here, there's no reason to have anybody here anymore, you guys are gonna go home, I'm gonna stay here really far away from all that craziness. Even though that's where we all want to go, you guys are going to go. I'm not, even though I'm the king, that's weird to me.
I think he was just, at that point, the elves were so spread out around Middle Earth that he had to stay.
Oh, maybe.
Because at the end of Return of the King is when all the elves leave.
True. Elrond does take them back.
He takes them all. So, but yeah, I think that it's just weird that like they make it sound like this place is just like, once you're here, even though they all left already. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's like they left because the tree died and they were like, oh, well,
maybe they were able to leave because the tree died.
Yeah, now we can leave because the tree died, but
now they couldn't go back because the tree was alive. I don't
know. They don't really explain that, but yeah, it's not like elf heaven. It's just elves only.
Well, except for Frodo and Gandalf.
Yeah, I mean, they get +1s, obviously. But I feel like, it's
Bilbo.
Yeah, it's just a special place for elves and their friends, I guess. I don't know. Aragorn.
Merry and Pippin.
Yeah.
They also went. Only Sam went back.
Yeah. Aragorn just wasn't good enough to go back, I guess. Well, he wanted to be king. He wanted to be king.
Well, he didn't want to be king. He had to be king.
Yeah,
the whole series is that he does not want to be king.
No, I know. He could have left, though. He could have left. He could have just.
In fact, Sean Bean dies saying like, "You could be king," and he's like, "I don't want to be king." He's like, "You should be king," and he gets shot a bunch of time in an arrow.
True story.
Anyway,
yeah, Christian, I don't know if that helps.
Sure.
Sorry if I railroaded your question.
No, it's not that. I don't think that there's actually a for sure answer out there, so I'm curious where they're gonna go with it. I hope they explain it more in the show.
I have a feeling they won't, but I'm with you. I hope they do, but yeah, who knows? Yeah, if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. It's good. It is good. Game of Thrones is great. Matt Smith is just carrying that show on his back.
Yeah, he did a really good job. Really good job in this episode.
He Leroy Targaryen his way on that beach, and just
what happens when you pull all the enemies and the rest of your team isn't there yet?
Where's the team?
Where's the team? He didn't need a team. Until the end. The end, he needed a team. But in the beginning, he didn't need a team.
Yeah. So I guess that's a sort of an easy way to segue, because Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones are adaptations of other media. But what I wanted to talk about today was live action adaptations of different forms of media. So anime, video games, cartoons. The ones that we've seen, the ones that we think are good, the ones that we think are bad, and then some of the I've got a list of some, especially like Netflix has apparently just a bunch coming.
Yeah, they need to stop.
But yeah, don't have any other content besides the ones they're putting out on their own nowadays.
That's true. Yeah, you guys, I think there's two that stand out to me that are famously bad, and that's Dragon Ball Evolution and The Last Airbender.
Oof. You mean with Ong?
Yeah, Ong.
Not Aang.
So, like, I guess my question to start this conversation is, do you think that the wrong people have been in charge of this, and that if the right people get them, they could be good, or should they just stop trying?
I think it's that the wrong people have been getting it, because I mean, you've got like recently the Sonic movie and Detective Pikachu are fantastic.
I agree.
Like, I know like Sonic has some stuff that could be changed, sure. But overall, like, it's a good movie.
Both of them.
I didn't see the second one.
It's really good. I think the second one might be better than the first one.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
I don't think they should try to do Dragon Ball.
Well, I don't mean Dragon Ball. I just mean in general. But
no, that was my opinion. Is that like you're saying like, is it the wrong people or should they stop trying? They should never do Dragon Ball. Like, don't. You're just ruining it if you mess it up again. Kind of like Avatar: The Last Airbender as a series is great, but anytime you bring it up nowadays, everyone goes, "Yeah, the series is great," but that movie was terrible. Even though the movie has very little to do with the actual like animated series, when you bring it up, people remember how bad that movie was.
Well, it was supposed to be a 1-to-1 of book 1.
And they did a good job at that, but
kind of
not the rest of not everything else.
I feel like just messing up little things like name pronunciations, like the overall actor as well. Like
well,
I'm trying to think of something.
It was super whitewashed. Like all of the Water Nation who in the show or the cartoon, because it is a cartoon, were all like Native American for the most part. I mean, I know a lot of them did look white, but
I think they were supposed to be like Eskimos.
I think that the idea was Native
like
American, Eskimo, and then your Earth Kingdom was more Asian. The air nomads were more like your Tibet, Buddhist, Indian, East Asia, I guess, and then the Fire Nation was like Japan.
Yeah,
like they were Japanese, and then in the movie, M. Night Shyamalan decided he was going to make all the waterbenders white. The air nomads were all over the dang place. The Earth Kingdom was all Asian, so I mean, I guess they kind of got that right. But the Fire Nation was all like Indian.
Yeah.
And it was, I don't know, it felt weird. Like it felt like at the time when that movie came out, I mean, there was a lot of bigotry towards, the Indian population. And then they were like, yeah, let's make all the bad guys Indians.
Was there?
Yeah. At the time, it was terrorism.
Oh yeah, okay.
Was a hot topic.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't remember much about that movie because I watched Inception afterwards, and it was a far better movie.
Yeah.
I just scrubbed that from my mind.
I've seen that movie so many times.
I mean, in terms of like the worst one, I know you mentioned Avatar: The Last Airbender and
Dragon Ball Evolution.
Dragon Ball Evolution, which are like, I guess cartoons, animation.
So yeah, I think Dragon Ball is technically anime, and Avatar is cartoon because it was made in America.
I like to throw in the hat that Speed Racer, because that movie was awful.
That movie was so bad.
It's based off a cartoon, and it was terrible.
I agree.
And it was a waste of my time because I didn't have to pay to see it. But I kind of want my time back.
I will say this about Speed Racer: of the people that I've talked to about it, it's pretty split. I've talked to people that actually really enjoyed that movie.
Oh.
And I
it's because I don't know the base content. I don't know.
I mean, I watched Speed Racer as a kid, and I couldn't stand it. Did you guys see Speed Racer?
Liked it.
Christian, Steven?
The movie?
Yeah.
I don't mean the movie. My mom liked the cartoon.
I probably watched it at some point, but I don't honestly care about Speed Racer like that. I like the dog that laughed.
Also,
no, go ahead.
I said also, like, I don't. The first one was good, but the second Tomb Raider is also god awful.
Yeah,
and depending on how you feel about Resident Evil, some of them go in that category too.
I think they all go in that category.
Really, the first one was pretty good.
The first one's good, but it doesn't have anything to do with the games, really.
Yeah.
Like it was
like some more. You finished what you were gonna say.
I was just gonna say, like, the Mila Jovovich movies, like at least the first one was like, it had elements and set pieces from the games, but like for the most part, it wasn't related in any way other than the premise. And then you had a couple that were like straight out of the games, and then like the newest Resident Evil movie was pretty much Resident Evil 2, but the casting was terrible.
Yeah.
And the show, the new show was just bad. It just got worse and worse as you watched it.
I didn't even watch the show.
Yeah, I don't know what Netflix is doing with stuff personally. Because I mean, I didn't ever watch the live action Cowboy Bebop. I heard like it wasn't bad.
I liked it.
I enjoyed it.
The fact that they keep doing this stuff and then they just cancel their stuff like immediately after, like I know like their next big one is like One Piece, which
Yep.
you know I feel like Cowboy Bebop in terms of like turning something from that type of show into live action, that'd be one of the easier ones to do because of its setting. One Piece, I feel like I've never really watched One Piece, but like whatever was on Toonami at the time. But I feel like the One Piece stuff's gonna be hot garbage. I'm sure the Death Note stuff wasn't too great when that show
See,
was there on Netflix.
I liked the Death Note movie, but it also like I watched like so of the I was gonna say of the series that I enjoy the live action remakes, Death Note is on there because while it is Death Note, it's still sort of a different story.
Yeah.
So I appreciated it for what it was.
That's another one that works easy because it's like it is still set in fantasy, but it's also more down to earth.
Yeah, I think that worked.
Other ones.
Attack on Titan was terrible.
I was gonna say the Attack.
They did a live action Attack on Titan.
There's like 2 of them, I think.
No idea.
Did you enjoy that, Steven?
I haven't watched it, but I was gonna say I remember from what I've seen footage wise that at least from what I can remember, it looked like it was true to it, if anything. I know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure did a live action movie based on their 4th arc.
Really?
And, yeah. And I haven't seen it just because I don't really want to.
Yeah.
But from the effects and stuff and the characters or the actors at least, they at least seem like they do their best to represent the character that they're playing, and the effects I did think looked really good. So I think if you like have companies that like care about it, I mean like I feel like people are still like, all right, they'll get the look right, and then the story and the actors and all that are awful.
Yeah.
It's either that or they'll get the looks and the costumes completely wrong, just awful in general, and then the story is at least like more I don't know.
Yeah,
true to source.
Well, I mean that's how. So Airbender, the story was pretty close for the most part, but like the acting, the casting, and the execution was terrible. But then, sorry, go ahead.
No, you keep going.
I was just gonna say, and then like the newest Resident Evil movie, I thought the story was great, the set was great, the costumes were great, the casting was god awful.
I hadn't seen that one, but I remember the commercials, I think, or the trailer I saw. I liked Tom Hopper as Wesker as casting, but then again, I never saw it, so I don't know how he actually did.
No, so he was fine as Wesker, but like Leon was cast weird. Chris was cast weird. I didn't hate Claire. I didn't hate Claire.
Yeah, I remember seeing Chris as actor. Honestly, Chris more than Leon. Chris, I was like, this dude looks not fit for the role at all.
Yeah.
It kind of, and I mean, like, there's nothing wrong with changing up the story a little bit to like make it fit like a movie setting better. Because I mean, time restraints and all that. But I like kind of going off of some of our discussion from last week with like Lion King. I feel like that's playing it too safe though.
I agree.
Lion King is legitimately just the movie, just remade shot for shot.
Yeah, whereas, I actually didn't like that movie because it was just shot for shot.
Whereas like I'm not trying to like be biased because I do love Aladdin. I really did like the live action.
The live action Aladdin was great, and I think it was because of the subtle changes they made. Like when they were like, Will Smith is going to be the genie, they were like, don't be Robin Williams genie.
Yeah.
Be Will Smith genie.
They changed some stuff up a little bit, but not nothing that like alters the overall story. Like something like that, I enjoyed. Thought it was really good.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think people just some people have trouble finding that line. The director who did the live action Aladdin is doing live action Hercules, and just because I know he's directing it, actually, I'm looking forward to seeing that one.
It's the Disney Hercules or like DC Hercules?
Disney Hercules.
Okay. It just sucks that Will Smith went crazy, so we're never gonna get Aladdin 2.
Oh, we will. It'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
He's already apologized and all that. It'll be fine. I'm sure we'll get Rush Hour 5 or not Rush Hour.
Bad Boys.
Bad Boys. Thank you. It's a cop movie.
It's not Chris Tucker. Will Smith.
Will Smith. Yeah. What has Chris Tucker even been doing?
Just hanging out.
Just hanging out. Just chilling.
Just being Chris Tucker. I really wish my camera would refocus.
Have you guys watched Alice in Borderland on Netflix?
Is that the Squid Games kind of thing?
Sort of, yeah. It's really good. Apparently, I didn't realize it at the time until I was doing research for this episode. But it's based on, I guess, an anime/manga series.
Is it called Dead Man Wonderland?
Maybe. I don't know. My list doesn't say. But the idea is that these kids are just walking around Tokyo, and then they get like they cause a car accident, and so they run and hide in a bathroom from the cops, and then like all the power goes out, all the sound goes away, and they walk out of the bathroom and it's all deserted. Like they're in the same location, but it's like nighttime and there's nobody around. And then they figure out that like they have to play games to survive. And if they win the game, then they get like a card out of a deck of cards. And I guess the theory that everybody in this world has is if you have all 52, then you can get out, I guess. But like if you lose or your time runs out, like a laser beam just from the sky just kills you. And all the games are like super violent and people die. Like it's a wild show. But that's I think it's Netflix produced, but it's really good, and it's got a season 2 coming out.
Okay.
So, like, I think Netflix can do well. They just need to stop doing so much at one time, I think, is the problem.
And they've got the Yu Yu Hakusho.
Yep. So
Yu Yu Hakusho.
So let me go through my list of what I got for Netflix. So we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, season 1. The release date is still TBA.
Oh, I forgot about that too.
It's gonna be 10 episodes, 10 episodes long, but it is live action. They've shown some screenshots from it, like Appa and some other stuff. Curious to see how that goes. One Piece, season 1 will be 10 episodes. Let's see. There's an untitled Pokemon live action series happening with Netflix.
Boy.
There's a Sword Art Online, also happening with Netflix. Yu Yu Hakusho. And I think that might be it.
Netflix is just trying to corner the fucking market at this point.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, they gotta do something, right?
I mean,
make a show and then cancel it.
Yeah, make a show and then cancel it. I think that's my biggest issue, and why I was like, should they even do this anymore? Because I'm tired of, like, I was so excited for Cowboy Bebop, and I enjoyed the show when it came out. Like, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. It was fun. It followed the anime close enough that it didn't bother me, even though that they did make changes. They did leave a character out that is considered to be a main character. They showed up at the end in like the post credits because they were trying to draw out a 1 season anime into multiple seasons of a live action show.
Kind of like how they did in the most recent Power Rangers movie where they introduced Tommy in the post credit scene.
Yeah. So
they didn't even introduce him. You just saw his jacket.
Yeah.
I was not a fan of that movie.
Oh, I like that movie.
No.
The movie was great.
Fucking Goldar.
All right, not the best choice of villain, but no one beats Ivan Ooze. Okay. Anyway, go ahead, Cody.
Anyway, yeah, like I think what they were trying to do was great, and then because of what also ties into what we talked about last week, it got review bombed so hard, and it just seemed like everything about it was negative that Netflix didn't even question it. They were just like, yeah, canceled, done, not doing it anymore. And I feel like that's exactly what's going to happen with Last Airbender. It's what's going to happen with One Piece. They're going to put it out, and then everyone's going to be like, nope, it sucks, it's garbage, get rid of it. And then Netflix will be like, okay, moving on, and they're just going to cancel it. And
it doesn't happen with everything though, because I mean, like, they're about to be on season 3 of The Witcher, and that's going strong.
Yeah, but I have not seen anything negative about The Witcher.
Well, I know. I'm just saying that, like, it's possible for it to escape the review bombing.
It definitely is, but like, I feel like it has to be like that perfect storm. Like, so like with The Witcher, okay, so we actually talked about this in like our first episode ever with Cyberpunk. The Witcher was just as buggy and glitchy and just not ready to be launched when it came out, Witcher 3, but nobody said anything. Everyone just accepted it, played the game, and they were like, oh, it's The Witcher, I don't even care, and just rolled with the punches. Nobody cared that like at some points Geralt would just be like in T-pose with his horse on top of his head and you were running around like the town or whatever. Like, nobody cared. They were just like, oh, that's weird. But when Cyberpunk came out, everyone lost their mind. Like, I feel like it's just got to be like, it's got to be an IP that people are just like all in for.
To say, like, The Witcher, that was with Witcher 3. There was 2 others that people had like fond memories of, so they're willing to be more forgiving, whereas Cyberpunk was a new IP. Yeah. Nobody knew anything about it.
So I'm wondering if One Piece will actually make it, because all it has is the anime, which has a massive following. It's still going. We're like 1,000 some odd episodes in. Like,
it's ending in 3 years.
Yeah. So I feel like that fan base is so devoted at this point that they're just like, yeah, we'll watch it.
They might be.
You know what I mean?
They might be. If you watched all 1,000 episodes of One Piece, you were in.
Yeah. At that point, you're just like, you know what? Let's see what they do. I don't even care. Let's watch it. I watched 1,000 episodes. Do whatever you want. Right? Yeah. But then you have like The Last Airbender, where we had this amazing show, and then this god awful like embarrassment of a movie. Are they going to be forgiving, or just be like, the second it's wrong in any way, destroy it in the
you don't want the live action show?
Yeah,
that live action show has to be good, or
well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it are the diehards even gonna like tolerate it?
I don't
even
know,
if it is good.
I love The Last Airbender, and I don't know, that M. Night Shyamalan movie still just has a bad taste in my mouth.
So I guess that's where like this whole thing came from, is like, I don't know if, you know, like the idea of like Disney giving Star Wars to J.J. Abrams, right? We'll never know, but had they just given him all 3 movies, they could have been great.
Yeah.
But we'll never know.
One cohesive story,
right? So like,
I don't know why in the first place they were like, let's have 3 different people direct the movies.
Yeah, well, I know why they were like, let's do the Marvel thing.
That doesn't work in Star Wars.
No, they were like, let's take the Marvel formula and do that with Star Wars. And
there's only one source material for Star Wars.
Yeah, like, the Marvel movies are barely connected between them.
No, so
nowadays it seems like it. I said this after Doctor Strange. I need them to start kind of tying stuff back in to each other again.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool that they were trying to do their own thing, but like, if they want me to keep being invested, I need some progress with this main overarching story arc.
Yeah.
Some of this stuff needs to start adding up.
Yeah. But yeah, so I mean, like, I don't know if just giving the right directors and producers The Last Airbender, if that's going to fix it, or if it's just doomed to fail no matter what.
So were the original? We talked about this before, but were the creators of Last Airbender involved deeply with the movie?
I know they're going to be with the show.
So they
are with the show.
They're not anymore. So just like the movie. So with the movie, they were executive producers, and then there was, I don't know if they had creative differences or what, but they stepped away from the movie. And M. Night Shyamalan did with it what he wanted, and had terrible excuses for why he changed their names. He was like, yeah, well, I wanted it to be, you know, authentic to like the source. And I was like, the source is from like Ohio, my guy. Like, what are you talking about? Two white nerdy Americans made this show.
Also step away from the TV show now?
They did. They did.
Yeah, that doesn't give me much hope.
No. So I don't know what's going on.
So we've talked about like the bad ones. What do you guys think are the best ones?
Christian, what's yours?
So, I mean, like the season 1 of The Witcher almost lost me with the way it kind of starts off with just bouncing around the freaking timeline.
That's why I can't get into it.
It was so confusing.
Because I loved the action sequences. I thought the casting was great. I thought the CGI and all that was amazing. But the storyline, it was so hard to follow what they were getting at. And then when you reach the very end of season 1, I was like, okay, cool. If from now on they're just gonna keep going, I'm good to go. And they did that in season 2, and so now I think it's probably one of the better live actions. Had they kept going with that weird time hop, I would have never watched the second season.
I agree with you 100%. That was like my review at the end of it was like if it's gonna be this jumbled in season 2, I'm not watching it. But then season 2, they were like, all right, season 1 was just to give you all the backstory at one time, and then it all converged at the end, and then going forward, it's all one timeline.
Yeah, that's why I can't get into that Witcher show. I know I had the same issue with the Clone Wars show until I started watching it in this canon order, which I'm actually able to stick there with now. I'm in season 6, but if I just tried to watch it on its own, I would have lost interest again.
Yeah.
So maybe if there's a list like that for the first season of Witcher, I might give it a shot and go off of that. But
I don't think so, because I think it bounces around in the episode.
It's just so off-putting.
Yeah. I will say though, if you can get past it, which I stand by this, no show should require you to say if you can get past these X episodes, it's good. Okay, for anything, even shows,
including Fairy Tail.
Even I was gonna say even shows that I absolutely adore, like Fairy Tail. It's a travesty that you have to say get past the first 10 episodes.
I mean, Doctor Who's like that.
Doctor Who's like get past the first season.
Yeah.
Get past Christopher Eccleston and you're good.
There's a lot of people that really like him.
Yeah.
Sometimes stuff just super grab you. Like I know when I started watching Ozark, when Christian recommended it,
That's a great show.
That immediately drew me in.
And see, it had the opposite effect on me.
Yeah. I think I just came off of watching something, but it was giving me like a really like Breaking Bad itch. Or really crave that itch.
It is a spiritual successor to Breaking Bad, I feel, personally.
I could see that.
I could see that.
Do you think with certain shows, though, you kind of have to be in the right mindset and in the right mood to watch it? Because if you're really itching to watch a certain type of show, but everyone's talking about like a drama, but you just want to watch a comedy, like you're probably not going to be into it. Because
so that's interesting, because I definitely agree with you, because that's why I actually haven't watched The Witcher, is because when it came out, everyone was like, oh, it's so good. And I was like, oh, cool. You know, I like high fantasy. I like medieval kind of like dragons and fighting things and swords and stuff like that. But when I watched The Witcher, I wasn't in the headspace to like watch that kind of thing. It was just kind of too heavy for me at the time, and I fell out of it. And I never went back to it.
You should. I mean, just personal opinion. It's really, it's worth watching.
It's like The Walking Dead. I was in a zone, and then I got out of the zone, and then I was like, I don't want to watch this anymore.
I don't know if you remember, I was diehard Walking Dead, and then it was sometime around the time that like Rick left where I stopped watching.
Same.
And then I recently went back to it, and I'm hooked, and I can't wait for the last part of the final season to come out.
Oh, you rewatched it?
Yeah,
I know.
I am so into it. Like it got good. It got good again. But again, it's like one of those things where it's like, why do I need to get through a whole season for it to get good again?
That's actually what happened with me in Fairy Tale, because I don't give a crap about Lucy, and then there's a whole arc with her in that time clock, and I was like, this is boring.
Yeah. Anyway, back on topic. So you, Christian, are you saying Witcher is like your all-time favorite live adaptation?
I wouldn't say all time. It's just the one in recent memory that kind of sticks out to me, because I do think majority of live action adaptations of source material don't hold up.
Yeah.
So it's one of the few that I can think of that I actually really enjoyed.
Well, mine's gonna be a shocker. It's Super Mario Brothers from the 80s. I'm just kidding.
What a great movie.
I'm just kidding. That was so bad.
What a deep cut.
It was so bad.
What a deep cut. I love it.
Oh man.
Go on. Why do you like it?
Yeah. It was so bad.
I love that movie. Don't you dare besmirch it.
Bob Hoskins, whatever his name was.
Yeah. It's great if you just need a bad movie to watch.
I know, like it's so bad that it becomes good again.
Yeah. No, I think honestly, like, I think Detective Pikachu. It's Detective Pikachu or the second Sonic movie for me, but I think Detective Pikachu takes it, because like I've wanted to see a live action Pokemon anything for so long, and then they hit the sweet spot.
Yeah, they did so good with that movie.
It was so well
Pikachu
done.
was dope.
It was so good. So I'm actually really looking forward to the live action show if it's done in that way. If it's done in the style and quality that Detective Pikachu was done in, I'm all in. What about you, Steven?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't realize they were doing a live action show for Pokemon at all. So I agree with what you said about that. In terms of like if it's like the same director that did the Detective Pikachu movie and all that, but since it's going to be on Netflix, I don't have any hope for it.
Yeah. It's hard to have hope for anything on Netflix anymore. But like they do really good movies. I haven't watched the Snoop Dogg Jamie Lee Foxx zombie killing movie, but I want to.
You kind of lost me when you said Snoop Dogg.
I don't know. I mean, I'm kind of interested in Netflix again because I want to see how good Sandman is. I don't know anything about it, but I keep hearing good things about it, and I kind of want to check it out.
It's on my
list. Also, having listened to preview, they talk about Arcane a lot, and I don't know anything about League of Legends, but neither did they, and they think it's the best show of the year so far.
Yeah, I've talked to Jay a couple times just off stream, like in Fortnite and stuff like that, and he's been like, you need to watch Arcane. You need to watch Arcane like right now. Like, it's on my list. Like even my boss. Okay, so my boss, not to give too much about her, but she is not a fan of like superheroes and magic and dragons and nerdy shit. Like that's just not her thing. But she came into work one day and was like, you should probably watch Arcane. I was like, oh.
Yeah, I heard nobody talk about this, and then literally in like the last month, I've heard like, why haven't you watched Arcane?
Yeah,
like I don't know anything about League of Legends. Like you don't have to.
Yeah,
it's a good show.
No,
okay,
I need to watch.
I didn't know that.
I was gonna say I heard that Arcane is probably the best adaptation in general of a video game, not necessarily live action, but just in general.
Yeah, if we're talking like a video game adaptation, I'd probably say Sonic 2. If we're talking like anime, I'd probably say Alita Battle Angel.
Oh, what a good
that's
movie.
A good one. That's a good movie.
What
that's a good
one. Movie. Like I feel like that movie is so underrated.
Yeah, I feel like I thought they set it up for a sequel. It's been a minute since I've seen it, but I thought they like tried to tease like a cliffhanger or something. I don't know if anything's gonna happen with it.
Yeah, there was I thought I saw something on it, but no.
I was gonna say for video games, Sonic 2, at least that I can think of. Anime, Alita, and then I don't want to say like a comic or something because there's so much Marvel and
Yeah.
DC stuff now. I don't want to like include them in that, but like I would say like Aladdin as just for like a third.
I think Aladdin, is good for just like animated adaptation.
That's more of like a one-off as opposed to the whole MCU.
Yeah, I don't really rope comic books into stuff like that because it's too impossible these days.
It's literally its own genre at this point, its own thing.
Yeah. What about you, Tim?
So we're talking about video games here. Super Mario Brothers. No. Super Mario Brothers. No. I don't know. I mean, I guess Sonic, because I can't think of anything else that like video game adaptation that like.
Let's see.
Like there are a bunch of others.
There's Max Payne. Uncharted.
Didn't see it.
No.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
Yes, it is.
Not bad. Hang on, let me look at my wall of movies.
I actually just looked up some more adaptations because like I was trying to remember some.
I couldn't think of.
I'll wait till we all say our three before I start saying stuff, just in case there's something that
Oh yeah, I didn't.
I gotta go with
say three. I just said the one.
I gotta go with Sonic as the best video game adaptation because even though I haven't seen Sonic 2, which I'm hearing is good, Sonic 1 was great.
Sonic 2 is so good.
I really like Sonic 1. I can't think of another video game adaptation that like was worth a damn. I really can't.
Yeah.
Oh,
looking at the list, there are a lot.
Yeah.
But like I said, I'll wait till we all say.
I guess if you're talking in terms of like graphic novel,
well, the idea is
anime thing.
So like, yeah, anime, video game, and then like cartoon.
Yeah, or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. Live action, huh? That kind of changes my answers. Because I'm gonna have to repeat because yeah.
You might change your answers after I read off some stuff, but
so it's Sonic, and then what were the options again? I'm sorry. No, what were the categories?
Like anime, manga, or like cartoons, like think Disney animation.
Oh,
Last Airbender, stuff like that. Yeah.
Aladdin. It has to be Aladdin because that was the best one I could think of.
Aladdin.
I mean, in terms of like if you want to talk about graphic novels, I mean,
graphic novels work.
Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
Yeah,
because that's my favorite movie, so it has to be my favorite.
Absolutely,
and it's based off a graphic novel. So,
yeah.
Even though it doesn't necessarily follow it exactly, it's
close enough.
Good.
Yeah,
it's good enough to me. It doesn't bother me.
I was looking through my lists. Christian, you watched Assassination Classroom, right?
Not enough to like give it a review. You watched all of it?
I watched all of it.
Did you watch the live action version of it?
I didn't know there was a live action version of it.
There is. It came out in 2015.
Oh, I watched the anime on Funimation.
So one of the categories you said was a adaptation, like a cartoon adaptation of source material, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am super surprised that neither you nor Tim Cody.
I haven't gotten to mine yet, so.
Okay.
But what is it?
I'm surprised that you weren't jumping at the fucking ceiling, screaming "Legend of Vox Machina."
Well, that's kind of hard. I guess it's based off a game. It's not a video game.
Yeah,
it's based off of source material, and it's a cartoon adaptation.
That's a reverse of it.
That is a reverse of it. That's live action turned into cartoon.
Good,
but that's
good turnaround.
Yeah, that's fair.
But in reverse, that's probably the best one.
Yeah, that is the best one. If we're talking the reverse, like if we're talking like they took a live action thing and turned it into like a book or something, then yeah, that absolutely. So my three, if we're talking, so I don't think, did any of you guys watch Gantz?
Nope.
The anime.
I don't know what that is.
It's another like trapped in a game scenario type thing. But it's a good show. But there's a live action that's really good. But
Okay.
I think video game. It's Detective Pikachu, which is technically a game.
Yeah.
Anime.
There haven't been a lot of good ones yet out.
It's got to be Alita. It's got to be
Great
Alita
movie.
Battle Angel. And then cartoon to live action. It would have to be Aladdin.
Super Mario Brothers. No.
I mean, there are some good ones that I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head, and I'm sure when Steven reads his list, I'll.
Yeah, what's your list here, bud?
Well, let's hear Christian's.
Oh, I guess
Can't
he just
think
said
of
The
any other
Witcher.
ones.
He did just say
Oh,
The
yeah.
Witcher. That's right.
He said he couldn't think of anything else though.
Okay. Well, the list I have pulled up just at the moment is just some popular video game ones. So some of them more recent, like Uncharted, Sonic, Resident Evil, Mortal Kombat movie,
Which was good.
Pretty
It
good.
was good.
That one was pretty good.
I did
It was
like
pretty
it.
good.
I personally really liked Warcraft, but
I hated it.
I've never played WoW, so I
Fell
don't
asleep.
care.
I felt it's one of the only movies I fell asleep in, woke up, and was like, "How is this still going?"
Visually, I thought it was amazing too. Like I thought the visuals were just fantastic. The Monster Hunter movie that came out, visuals were great.
Didn't see it.
The movie is hot garbage.
I remember texting you and going like, "I didn't hate it." Like,
yeah, and I think I bagged on you hard.
well, but I didn't say it was good either. I just said like I didn't hate it. Like I might watch it again one day, but like I'm glad I waited to watch it at home.
The monsters looked were so good.
Great.
Those were so
Yeah,
good.
the visuals were fantastic.
Get Mila and her husband out of any movie. Like she's fine. I feel like it's just her husband that's just ruining everything. Like he has this obsession with video games, and he's like, I could do this, and no, you can't stop. The Tomb Raider reboot movie.
There's a
which came
reboot.
out.
Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot about that one.
I saw that in theaters. I liked it. I enjoyed
It's okay.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hitman.
Which one?
Oh, Hitman was good.
Which
Hitman
one?
I
was
never
good.
saw the second
The
one.
one
I
with
saw
Timothy
first
Oliphant.
The one with Timothy
right?
Oliphant is
that's the
good.
one. Yeah, that's the good one.
The one that came after is it's okay.
Rampage, which I never saw.
It's okay. It's just The Rock.
I do like Doom. The one with
Doom.
The Rock.
Yes, Doom's that's a good one. I lost my mind when they went first person at the end of the movie.
I mean, we
I
all
did too.
did. We all did.
So
It's like, oh
awesome.
my god,
That
it's
was
like the
amazing.
game. Wow.
I completely forgot about this, but they did Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah,
my
that wasn't
God.
good.
Yeah.
That movie was bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Ooh.
It wasn't good.
They
It
did.
had potential. Great cast. Great
Yeah,
cast.
Michael Fassbender was awesome.
Love Michael Fassbender. Just poor execution.
They did Silent Hill. I know.
I thought I was thinking about that
Oh.
because I don't hate it, but I don't like it either.
Wasn't Sean Bean in that?
I think so.
Wasn't he the
If he
dad?
did, if he was, he died.
Need for Speed. Aaron Paul.
Not bad.
It's not bad. Yeah.
I feel like this is a hot take, but I really enjoyed this movie, the Prince of Persia movie.
With Jake Gyllenhaal?
I didn't hate it, but it's not like I'm not like itching to watch it.
I really enjoyed that when I watched it.
Good old Jake Gyllenhaal.
And just a bunch of Resident Evils, obviously.
Yeah.
I know I forgot they did Blood Rain.
Yep.
That was like in 2005.
So the
Right.
animated Resident Evil movies are phenomenal.
I guess it doesn't really count as a live action
No.
adaptation.
No.
But Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
It's not really live action. It still kind of teeters on that.
Yeah, I mean it's the same with the Resident Evil ones, because those are really good, and they have the voice actors from the games in them, and like it's actually like, oh, this is Resident Evil.
Yeah. That's all. That's mainly all the kind of ones that pop up, at least for video games.
All right, I have one question for you guys, and I know we need to start wrapping it up, but I just want to do this one last thing. Across all those platforms we just talked about, do you think's the next thing that they should do, and what's one thing you don't want them to ever touch?
You just mean like in terms of
Yeah, just pick one of each. Like, I think they should
stuff?
do this live action next, and I don't think they should ever touch this.
Ugh. I never touch Dragon Ball. I agree. I don't want to see it. I feel like no matter what you do, it could be the best thing that media has seen. I'd be like, this shit sucks. It's awful. Like, nah, I don't like it. Like, I'll hate it just to hate it. I know I will.
Yeah.
I would like to see them. Like, I know they already did it, but I'd like to see like an actual like big budget Attack on Titan. I feel like that would be fun to watch.
Yeah. Christian.
You go.
Okay. I don't know if this counts, but obviously don't touch Dragon Ball in any capacity. I don't want to see Dragon Ball Super, Z, or Dragon Ball done again in live action ever again, because no. Just no. I don't care if you get all of the best Marvel directors and effects teams and ILM and all that good stuff. Nope, don't want to see it. I don't care if Captain Marvel basically went Super Saiyan. Don't care. don't want to see it. It's gonna be bad. So I feel like it technically counts because they're books. I want to see HBO make a Harry Potter series based on the books.
HBO?
Yeah, they have. Well, it's Warner Brothers. They have the rights.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So I want to see an actual 1-to-1, maybe even add some stuff, show based on the books, not leaving anything out, keeping it true to the source material, not doing any of this like we're gonna leave out half the cast and half the characters. We're gonna make them all have long hair in the fourth movie for some reason. Like just make
They're angsty teenagers.
Make the books. Yeah.
Hot take. I love Goblet of Fire. That's my favorite. My favorite movie.
I don't hate the movie as much as
you didn't say Prisoner of Azkaban, so you're doing okay.
Yeah, you're fine.
That's my boy.
Prisoner of Azkaban is the worst movie in that series.
Yes.
I don't care. You can fight me. Because
like everybody says Goblet of Fire.
So I feel like
no, I don't mind. I don't hate Goblet of Fire.
No, I don't hate Goblet of Fire. My issue with Goblet of Fire is the Prisoner of Azkaban, because they butchered that book so much that they were forced to leave like 90% of the Goblet of Fire out, and it bothered me.
Speaking of shows that Harry Potter years, I think it would be better if they did Fantastic Beasts as a show compared to a movie. I think it would be better.
I don't want to see that personally. Like, I'm fine with the movies.
I liked the first one a lot. The second one, I was like, and the third one, I have no interest in seeing.
The third one is far better than
really
the second
good.
one.
The third one was probably the best one.
It is probably the best one. Honestly.
Which sucks, because now that it's the third one, people are like you are like, the first one was okay, the second one was awful, now I don't want to watch the third one.
Yeah.
The third one was, it's not even an argument, it was definitely the best.
It is.
I'll see it at some point.
It is really, really good.
But anyway, you were saying you wanted HBO to do a show.
Yeah, I want HBO to do Harry Potter right. I want them to make a series on the books and make each episode an hour long and like get everything in there. I don't care how slow it is. I want to see everything. I want to see the trolls in the first book.
You want to see Spew?
Yeah, I want to see Peeves. Why wasn't Peeves in those movies? Why wasn't Winky in the movies?
Well, with it
Winky needs her day.
Justice for Winky.
I need to see some drunk house elf just be belligerent the whole time. Like I need these things in my life. And
all right, Christian, what about you?
Yeah.
I get it. You want to see a drunk house elf, Christian.
I can't think of anything.
Mate.
I'm gonna veto my input on this.
No, you got to pick one thing. One thing you don't want to do.
they've already signed God of War up for an adaptation of some sort. Who has that one? I know PlayStation made partnerships with
They
like
did?
all of their properties because
That's
someone has
it.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
I didn't
Someone
know
has
that.
Netflix has Horizon. That's right. I forgot about that.
I didn't know about God of War. That wasn't gonna be my answer. I think they should do God of War.
I was after you had given yours. I was actually going to say Horizon would make a good like live action series or movie or something.
They're doing a series. It's a prequel series.
Without
So-
Aloy?
It's without Aloy.
the thing that scares me, but like it might be great, is that Amazon has God of War right now.
Ah. Okay.
Oh, really? Okay, now that gets me excited, and if they do it right, it could be really good. Is it a movie or a show?
Show.
There we go. I'm on board.
So
Let's
like
do it.
if it's of the quality that they just dumped into Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, then like let's fucking go.
Let's say like low key, like Amazon Prime has been putting out some bangers recently.
Yeah,
They
like,
have.
Like no one talks about Amazon Prime as much as they should. They've been releasing some good stuff recently.
Honestly, they've been putting out quality stuff since the beginning. People just don't pay attention to it.
Yeah. And the best part about it was that I think I've said this to you guys before off stream is that like Amazon Prime Video is essentially a bonus for me because I signed up for Amazon Prime for the deliveries.
Yeah, most people
So,
do. Like honestly,
They just give me the shows.
my dad was. I was watching something. He was like, "Oh, where can I watch it?" And I was like, "It's on Prime Video." And he was like, "Oh, I don't have that." And I was like, "Yes, you do." He was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Do you pay for Prime?" And he was like the fast shipping? I was like, "Yes." He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Well, then you have Prime Video." Like it's just
glorious.
It's just a bonus.
Yeah.
You know, for most people.
That's what the glorious thing is that like it's really just a bonus because I signed up for Amazon Prime for the fast shipping.
Yeah.
I feel like the God of War show is definitely going to be based on the reboot.
I think so too.
For sure.
I think
Probably.
so too.
It's the most popular one, I guess.
Yeah.
It'd be great if they did. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, have they announced the cast?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I mean, who would you play Kratos? The Rock? It has to be The Rock, right?
I could see. Okay, real talk.
Well, The Rock's not going to do a show, though.
Well, he might. He has done. He did.
He did Ballers.
Ballers, yeah.
I could see Batista or.
I could do it. Batista would be good.
Or the guy that played the Mountain.
I think the guy that played the Mountain would be a better choice than Batista.
I'd have to see Batista with a big beard. I mean, Batista. I don't like if they go the whole like giving him the whole Ghost of Sparta look already.
Yeah.
And then he'd already have like the tan skin if they do flashbacks or whatever. So
true.
It's true.
I mean, but then The Rock would too. So
I mean, I just can't think of anybody else who could fill the role.
Yeah.
Better than like The Rock or Batista.
The Rock does look good with a goatee.
Every time I see him in the Fast and Furious movies, and it's not the one in Brazil, I'm like, I don't care. Like him in Brazil, that's the second best Fast and Furious movie in my opinion.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, I could see that. I could see that.
I could see Momoa pulling Kratos off real well.
I could actually see that really well, actually. Yeah.
Like he's got the voice for it too.
Got the Game of Thrones-esque look already, so
yeah.
I think he could do that.
Don't think that they should ever touch My Hero Academia. Leave it alone. Just let it be an anime. Just let it be an anime.
I'm sure.
No, just let it be an anime. Nah. It's too good. It doesn't have to be. There's already enough superhero crap with Marvel and DC. They don't need to do another superhero show.
Although I will say,
let My Hero be just itself.
My Hero starring Michael Cera.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Cera.
It would be him too. Oh, it would be him too.
You know it would.
Oh,
I will say though, like out of all of the animes, My Hero would be the easiest to adapt into a live action, as opposed to like Dragon Ball.
If they did that and they did
actually All Might, The Rock.
If they did that and they did actually get like MCU directors, I'd be like, all I might give it a chance.
The Russo brothers are like, we're doing My Hero. I'd be like, okay, all right, let's see what you got. Let's see it.
I don't think they should.
Agree, though. I think odds are that if they did do a live action adaptation, it would suck.
I mean, most likely.
I feel like Demon Slayer would be an easier one.
Probably.
Demon Slayer might be easier. Yeah, I could see Demon Slayer before My Hero personally, just because all the quirks are so weird. It would be hard.
Yeah,
to
but
do some of
there's
them.
not as much flying as like Dragon Ball, which like I feel like is where it kill. I mean, everything killed Dragon Ball Evolution. Who are we kidding? But like, any time that like towards the end when they were like sort of flying around and doing their energy blasts with each other, I was like, oh, this is bad. This is just bad.
Yeah. You know that director was like, this is the greatest thing
Yeah.
I've ever seen.
He's like, this is gonna get me my Oscar.
It's like, oh my god.
Did y'all know that they had planned to do like 2 more movies after that too?
Yep.
I was like,
No.
y'all are crazy.
Yeah. Well,
Dude was just living the high life. He's like, this is gonna be great. I'll have my big house, my
You
debt
know
will
what?
finally be paid.
I just thought about who's going to be Kratos. It's going to be Vin Diesel. And it's all about family. He's going to be like, Atreus, family.
Gonna hand him a Corona.
Boy, your family. Boy, your mother, family. We're going to spread our ashes because family.
oh my god. I hope not.
But Dad, don't do My Hero. Don't touch it. Just let it be an anime. It's
All right.
fine. It's perfect the way it is.
If they did do this as a reboot, or if they did do the God of War in reboot style, God, look, the show taking place with the reboot game, I think it'd be hilarious if they still got Chris Hemsworth to play Thor or one of his sons. Like that'd be hilarious.
It would.
Especially like
It would.
Yes.
since Thor's gonna be like accurate and like fat
Yeah.
in the second game, so they just use like
Fat Thor.
He just shows up in like his big Lebowski look and is like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm Thor.
No, just like a full like actual like good look,
Like
but he's still
in-game.
just like fat Thor.
Like
yeah.
in game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like when he
that
gets
would
like
be-
he gets the braids and everything
Yeah.
and he's still
Mhm.
fat.
Yeah.
I would lose it.
I mean, I doubt they'd do it.
Oh yeah.
I
for
doubt
sure,
they'd get
but
the
I'd be like,
licensing for it, but it would be so funny. But I feel like that would go against what they're trying to do.
yeah.
But like, it would be great if like, well, Loki is your son, so like, it wouldn't work.
If they did like Chris Hemsworth and his brother for like Thor's sons, like how you fight him, that'd be a nice
Yeah.
little nod, and I feel like they'd fit the part anyway. So.
Yeah.
True. I
You
forget
get Matt
them in
Damon
the
and
game.
whoever the heck that plays them in the play in the movie.
I love that is an ongoing cameo
Yeah.
that they've just put in every Thor movie
I-
since.
I was gonna say I didn't realize the dude that played Odin was Sam Neill.
Yeah.
I was like, when I found that out, it's like a few weeks ago. I was like, that blew my mind. I was like, oh, he was right there.
Yeah, he was right there the whole time.
I was like, I was talking about I haven't seen him in forever when I saw Jurassic World Evolution, or not Evolution. God, that's the game.
Dominion.
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 Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, God, I haven't seen him in forever, and little did I know.
You
Just a
had.
month or so before.
That's
Right
that's
there.
out on Disney Plus today, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff came
What?
out today.
What's on Disney Plus?
Thor Love and Thunder is on Disney Plus.
Oh, yeah.
And so is the new Pinocchio movie, which again I was gonna bring it up, but it's a 1-to-1 live action adaptation.
Shit's getting torn apart.
Yeah, oh, yeah. It as much as The Lion King, because it is legitimately just a 1-to-1 shot for shot
It's
Pinocchio.
just a safe remake that nobody wanted.
Yeah, nobody wanted that. Like I don't need that. And like people like it's getting torn apart, but then like Guillermo del Toro has his
GDT.
he has his version of Pinocchio coming out, but because Pinocchio, nobody owns like the rights to Pinocchio, like the original story anymore. So he's making like
Disney doesn't?
no. It's just
Oh.
it's just like Cinderella, like and Snow White. Like nobody actually owns those anymore. So like they're free properties for people to do with what they will. So that's why we have like Snow White and the Huntsman and all this other stuff. And then Disney's doing, their own thing.
That horror movie of Winnie and the Pooh.
Yeah, the horror movie of Winnie the Pooh.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah, Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey is a real thing.
Can y'all?
No, I thought that was a joke.
What, Steven?
Can y'all hear me okay?
Yeah.
I just said that like a minute ago.
Oh, I didn't hear it.
Nobody reacted.
Oh, didn't hear that at all.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, man.
There's been a lot of times during this where I've said stuff and y'all have just.
Oh, maybe you're cutting out.
Maybe you're cutting out, but I hear you now. But I didn't hear you say Winnie the Pooh. Blood and
I
Honey.
didn't hear that at all.
Not bad, man.
Because I didn't know that was the thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, Guillermo del Toro has.
Because when you mentioned Pinocchio and Guillermo del Toro, I was making a horror movie of Pinocchio, and I was like, maybe he is now.
It's a stop motion. It's stop motion Pinocchio, and it's like creepier.
No.
So. And then the last thing I wanted to bring up was the Addams Family, like live action.
Was it a cartoon?
It started as a cartoon. I
thought it started off as a show.
I can't remember.
I think it's had multiple things. I think it was a show first.
Was it a show first?
I think.
I can't remember. I want to say like the original source material was cartoon, but I could be wrong.
By the way, we didn't talk about Scooby-Doo at all.
Oh man, Spooky Island.
Yeah.
What a movie.
I don't like the second one.
No.
Zombie Island?
No, Spooky Island. You've never seen Spooky Island?
It's just called Scooby Doo. The first one is just
they go to Spooky Island.
To Spooky Island.
Yeah.
It's a theme park run by Rowan Atkinson.
Yeah. It's got Mr. Bean.
Yeah, like how have you not seen this? Mr. Bean is your guy. Oh man. All right.
It's got Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
It does. And Freddie Prinze Jr.
And that one girlfriend that ends up being in Grandma's Boy that I can't ever remember.
Yeah,
she's in it.
Yeah, she's Hawkeye's wife.
Yeah,
Linda Cardellini. That's her name.
Yeah, she is Mrs. Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I think that's where we're gonna wrap it up. We're at an hour and a half, so I think that's a good stopping point. I don't know what we're gonna do next week. It'll be a surprise to us, just like it is for you. So
usually is.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in on whatever platform you watch this or listen to this. Well, if you're watching, it's on YouTube. If you listen to it, I don't know where you listen to it. I don't know. Spotify or Google Podcast, maybe Apple. I don't know if it's still going there. Check out our Discord. There's a link somewhere. If you're on YouTube, it's down below. If you're anywhere else, I have no idea.
Come hang out with me and Cody when we stream sometimes.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of streams, I don't know if it'll be on my channel or if we'll revive the Some Kind of Entertainment Twitch channel, which I think is still around. I don't know. I have to look into it. But we do want to stream Mario Party at some point. It'll be the four of us playing Mario Party.
Yeah.
So look for an announcement.
We're gonna end up not being friends anymore.
No, we'll leave our friendships at the door. We'll play and then pick them back up. It's fine. Yeah, that'll be a fun time. We'll let everybody know where we're gonna stream that. But yeah, until next time, this is Some Kind of Podcast, and we'll see you later. Bye.
See you.